Mine actually became
Oh,
a
look,
line.
You're definitely Brazilian.
Hey guys, Carolina Risotto here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm reporting to you today from beautiful Bryant Park with a special guest, Vivi.
Hello, how's it going, guys? I'm Vivi. Nice to meet you all. Follow my channel, Vivi.
Yes, she's a fantastic creator based here in New York City. She's Brazilian. Para os brasileiros, obviamente, vocês conhecem a Vi, né, do canal. A gente fez um vídeo recentemente pro canal dela. E hoje a gente vai fazer um vídeo aqui em inglês para vocês treinarem, tá bom? Então tudo legendado, vocês aproveitem. And today we're going to be talking about living in New York City, the different weather, the different times of the year, what you get to experience and all that. Because we both live here.
I lived here in 2019 before the pandemic for 6 months, and then the pandemic hit, and then I went back to Brazil. We got back here in January of this year.
Oh, well, me too. I was living in New York from December 2014 through August 2017, moved to LA for 4.5 years, and then January 2022 I moved back to New York. So we moved the exact same time.
Yeah. And it was so cold. The day that we moved was a blizzard.
Oh my God.
And we walked from the hotel we were staying to the new apartment with our luggage.
In the blizzard. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
The blizzards in New York City are pretty wild, right?
Yeah.
Like, everybody stays home, well, except me. I go out to take pictures. It's difficult to walk. The subway system usually stops working as well or is much slower. So I can't imagine you with luggage on the street.
Yeah.
In the middle of a blizzard.
Yeah. People weren't meant to be in such harsh temperatures and conditions. I think that's unnatural for human beings.
You know, I lived in Minnesota for a year when I was 9 years old, and so there it's even colder. It gets to minus 40. Yeah.
You don't leave the house.
No, you don't. But at the time I was 9, I was so excited to be in the snow. And at least, you know, in Edina, Minnesota, which is specifically the city where I lived in, it doesn't have a lot of wind. In New York, in the winter, there's wind and cold. In the wind, it's like it's, you know, tearing your face off.
It's like your nose is gonna fall off.
Yeah, so winter in New York City, it's an experience, right? I know you're not a big fan of winter.
No, I am the opposite of a big fan. I hate it. Like, I am planning my next year so that I'm gone.
Oh, really?
So that I go to work. Because what happened this year when we moved was that I got depressed. I was sad. I was crying every day. I didn't know like why I was so sad, you know, and it was because there's no sunlight. People are meaner. I feel like New York already has this like personality of being kind of like, yeah, whatever, kind of rude. March, it was still cold. It wasn't getting any better. And I was like, what's gonna happen? Like, what's happening? It's not getting any better. And so I left. I went to Brazil.
Right, you were there for like a while, like 2 months.
I was there for a month.
A month, wow.
Yeah. And then I came back and the weather was a little better. But what happened this year is that there was no spring, pretty much.
That's true, yeah. It was a weird weather year. With global warming, like February is usually the worst month of the year for the winter in New York City. But there was one day that it was like 20 degrees Celsius outside.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know if I should be excited about this because of the planet.
Yeah.
But like, I'm kind of grateful that I get to not wear a coat in February for one day of the year.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I love New York so much that at this point, I would rather be cold in New York than warm in LA.
Really?
Yeah, I did too much time in LA, you know, 4.5 years, you know, and I was there a lot because of my job. And this is a place where I feel inspired, and I know that there's definitely grumpy New Yorkers out there, but I meet a lot of the fun ones on the streets. You know, it's a gamble. Like, the more you try, I think the more you have chances to succeed.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of very spontaneous conversations with people, and that's usually what gets me excited.
Yeah.
You know, on a day-to-day level.
Yeah. I think there's more of that here. People are more open to like talk to strangers, I guess.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people walking around. In LA, everyone's in their car.
That's true.
You know, so it's not like a lot of people walking around sitting at parks and stuff. That's more of like a New York thing. So I guess it's more, the city's more, it's like made for that.
Yeah, it's very interactive.
There was a guy that I was just sitting there and a guy came up to me, he started reciting poetry.
Are you kidding me?
And he's like, yeah, he's like, you're wearing green because you're a queen. I was like, okay, you got me.
I am a queen.
I am.
Undiscovered queen.
This year, I was kind of upset, I guess, that I didn't get to see spring in full force. I like how the city changes with all the flowers and the tulips.
Yeah.
Like little spots of happiness. You know, like, oh, this is red and blue and purple and pink. But I didn't get to get that weather. I feel like we went from like winter to summer.
Even when the flowers were blossoming, they were all blossoming at different times.
Yeah.
So it's like Central Park was very inconsistent.
Uh-huh.
It's like a few trees had cherry blossoms, others didn't.
Yeah.
Others were still dead. I was like, what's going
What's going on?
I'd rather have like a confused spring rather than a really long winter.
Yeah,
in
me
this case.
too. Confused spring all the way.
Yeah, spring was having an identity crisis. It's like, I don't know if I'm still cold or if I'm gonna be warm. I don't know.
But this was my first time in the city that I actually got to spend summer here. That's great. The city's awesome. So many things to do. People are happier. You know, there's like, I don't know, it's just a different vibe and I love it. Like summer here is great. Too hot. But I'd rather be too hot than
too cold. Me
Yeah.
too. I mean, that's a typical Brazilian thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we don't like the cold. It doesn't really snow in Brazil. Like, maybe sometimes in the south, but then it makes, like, front page of the newspaper,
Yeah.
like, it snowed. Because it never happens. It's cool to see the amount of events that are always coming and going, and the summer has so many events. It's absolutely crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy. They have so many things to do everywhere you go. It's like, it's even hard to, like, decide on what to do.
Yeah.
And for free.
In the summer is when people are the most interactive, and we get so many tourists. So a lot of people who come and go. So that level of spontaneity increases so much, which is another thing about New York City. People come and go a lot. It's a city that's very transitional.
Do you think it's going to be transitional for you, or do you want to stay here forever?
I can't see myself forever anywhere. I kind of just follow the feeling.
Yeah.
You know, wherever it feels right, or there's a cool opportunity or cool people. I don't think I'm attached to any specific place. Like right now, this is just a place that works for my creativity.
Yeah.
And the people that I've met and that I keep meeting make me motivated to stay.
My husband wants to get an apartment in Manhattan, and like I don't see myself here forever because like I want to have babies, I want to have kids, and I think this is a city that it's cool for your 20s and your 30s and maybe your 40s, but for babies,
Yeah.
you know,
For your zeros?
for your zeros, I don't know.
Yeah, I see a lot of moms with, sei lá, os carrinhos de bebê,
Yeah.
né? And I don't know how they do it, especially in the
In
subway.
the subway with the stroller.
Yeah,
God.
because not every station has an elevator. So I'm like, how are they doing this? It's like a different kind of superwoman to be a mom in New York, I think.
I don't think I'm that kind of superwoman.
Me neither, honestly. I don't think I'm gonna have kids here, especially because like I think one of the reasons that I love and appreciate New York City is because I wasn't born here. So I think I want my kids to experience the same. If I have kids, you know, whatever the universe wants. It's not up to me.
You're 25.
I'm 26.
26.
Yeah, I don't really think about it.
You don't have to.
I won't.
When I was 26, I wouldn't think about that either. But now at 33, almost 34, now I think about it, you know?
That's the age that Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother met the mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like 34 or something. Well, you're ahead of the game. You already have your mom. Rafinha. The equivalent. How I Met Rafinha.
Now I'm thinking about it, you know, like every day. Because he wants a baby.
Wow.
He wants one like whenever I want one. I would like to raise the kid in Brazil.
Oh, that's nice.
I would.
Brazil's a great country, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the people there are wonderful. It's more like the safety aspect that people usually struggle with. But
Yeah.
I loved growing up in Brazil.
I didn't grow up in Brazil.
Oh my God! Wait.
I grew up in Ecuador.
Okay, explain.
So I was born in Brazil.
Okay.
My entire family is from Brazil. But then when I was 4 years old, my dad got transferred to Ecuador. And then when I was 18, I moved to the U.S. to go to college in California.
But you still, like, you have one of the most Brazilian personalities ever.
People say that.
You do. You're very Brazilian. You can tell the difference from, like, meeting a native
Yeah.
versus someone who grew up in the United States. And with you, I don't see a difference at all. That's why, like, I know
That's
you've
funny.
lived multiple places, but
Yeah.
in my brain, it's like, of course you grew up in Brazil, because how else would you end up like this? You probably look more Brazilian than I do, in a sense. Like, I don't know. When I had blue hair, nobody thought I was Brazilian.
Yeah. Where would people ask you this? In Brazil?
No, here at the bar. Americans usually can't tell the difference in features, but Brazilians usually look at me and they can tell I'm Brazilian.
Uh-huh.
But when you add the blue hair, like a little hipster vibe, whatever, people get very confused.
Then you have to show
You're
them
tan.
this.
Oh, I have that.
Yeah, we have that.
Oh my god, I do.
This is our shot
Oh my
that
God.
you get when you're born.
Mine actually became
Oh,
a
look,
line.
You're definitely Brazilian.
Wasn't this like a mistake that they made? That everybody got scarred from this vaccine in Brazil?
Yeah.
Everyone
do they still
has
do
it.
that? I don't know.
I think they stopped doing
They stopped?
I hope so, because you're not supposed to get like a huge
Were
scar.
we the last generation? I love having this.
Yeah, what is the vaccine that we got? I don't know.
What does this stand for? Is
Yeah.
it yellow fever? I don't know.
I don't know, but it's
I don't even know what it's for, but I know it's our like, yes, I'm Latino, I can prove it.
you probably can't see it, but it's a thing.
It's there.
It's there. It feels like such a third world country thing. Oh, I got this vaccine and I have a scar like 20 years later.
This is the third worlder badge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
I'm proud of it. New York City in the fall, though, aesthetically is one of the most beautiful times of the year. I love it.
Yeah.
The leaves changing. In terms of like city landscape and photography, which is what I like doing,
yeah.
I love the leaves and the colors that they bring. But I do enjoy the fall, and that people like start dressing a little more classy. While in the summer you get more like tank tops and stuff. And I'm not a big fan of men in tank tops necessarily. If they're wearing like a nice suit or whatever, or like I don't know,
A jacket.
Yeah, I like
Do you
it.
like men in turtlenecks? That's something that, not a lot of people like. I think it looks cool.
I started wearing turtlenecks this winter. I enjoyed that. But again, I think
Turtlenecks are great.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it depends on the model, I guess. It's with everything.
Thanksgiving also.
Oh,
Fall.
true. Yeah.
The fall is more romantic.
Ah.
Movies that take place in New York City, a lot of them are during the fall.
That's a good point. I didn't
You
think
know?
of that. Yeah.
Maybe that's why you even like to take pictures of all that foliage.
Yeah.
Like there's something about it that makes it more intimate,
Yeah.
more romantic.
And everyone's dressed nicer too.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. No tank tops on the movie dates, right?
Turtlenecks only.
This is a turtleneck zone. Turtleneck season. I really like
Yeah.
that. We should make that a thing.
We should.
Turtleneck season. Buy Rafinha a turtleneck.
Oh, he would never.
No.
He's a t-shirt guy for every weather. He wears t-shirts.
Maybe get him to dress up as Steve Jobs for Halloween.
Oh my gosh.
There you
That'd
go.
be fun.
That'll be your one opportunity
Yeah.
to get him in a turtleneck. New York City is a city where it has things for absolutely everyone, but I hope that this video gave you a good idea of the different experiences you can have in different seasons. And that's the cool thing about New York. It transforms with the seasons. So every time you visit, you're gonna get something different, but if you wanna get the most amount of activities and people and free stuff, I would say the summer is the time to.
That's true. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Do you have any final thoughts about New York City?
No, I just think that, my idea of New York is definitely changing. At first, when I got here, I was like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna like the city, it's too cold. But now that I'm enjoying the summer so much, I keep thinking like, oh, maybe it's worth it. It's worth to go through the winter to wait for the summer, you know?
That's good. I'm so glad you're getting
Yeah,
there. That's
yeah.
good.
I think that it's definitely growing on me for sure.
Yeah, because at least like it's only really 4 months or 3 maybe, if you're lucky, of terrible cold weather.
In February, I'll be like, bye-bye.
See you later.
See you later.
That is all that I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content. And please subscribe and follow Vi. Her channel is amazing. And if you want to learn Portuguese as well, oh my God, she is the best. Recadinho agora para os brasileiros, alguma coisa? Vivi?
Beijo pra todo mundo. Obrigada por assistir aqui o nosso conteúdo. Espero que vocês tenham gostado e um beijinho pra todo mundo.
Obrigada, gente. Um beijo. Até a próxima. Tchau.
Tchau.
Olhando uma pra outra assim. Ok, beleza. Acho que foi.